WDW After Dark, now loading.
WDW After Dark. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. Starring Jeff Davis, Al Jonko, Kristen Hetzel, and Eric Allen. WDW After Dark is live and uncensored. Call the hotline at 410-98-WDW-AD. Follow us on Facebook at WDW After Dark Webcast and Twitter at WDW After Dark. Headline news, Disney food, video games, Marvel and Star Wars. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. And now prepare yourself for WDW After Dark.
Welcome, one and all, to WDW After Dark. It is the show about everything possible Disney. We've got Disney parks. We've got Star Wars. We've got Marvel. We have got Disney travel. We have got Disney food. All kinds of fantastic stuff to talk about here on WDW After Dark. And we are so glad that you are joining us as well, whether you're watching us over on our YouTube channel or you're listening to us via iTunes or Stitcher Radio, whatever way that you're doing it. We definitely appreciate you stopping by and checking out WDW After Dark. My name's Jeff Davis, and joining me right over there or over there, I can't tell which one it would be, but Miss Kristen Hetzel from Dining at Disney is here with me, and we'll talk with her in just a minute. But real quick, I want to talk about sponsors real quick. These are the people that keep this show running along with you. You keep the show running as well. But when it comes to a Disney vacation or a Disney Cruise Line vacation or Carnival Cruise or any other type of Universal vacation that you want to take, I want to recommend you talk to Kristen. Talk to her right there over at magicaljourneysvacations.com. She is going to give you the opportunity to have a fantastic vacation with very little work on your part. All you have to do, let her know where you want to go, where you want to stay, and the time that you want to do it, and she is going to take care of all those details for you, and at the same time keep you updated just in case there's a way for you to save a little bit of money during your vacation. You need some dining options that you need to talk to her about. She can help you with that. You need help with fast pass stuff suggestions. She can help you with that. It's a laundry list of things that Kristen can do for you over at magicaljourneysvacations.com. Please go over there, give her your information, and check it out. That's all you got to do. It's so simple. Fill out the form, hit send. She will contact you. I'm going to be talking to her next week about a vacation. Don't tell her yet. Shh. She doesn't know about this yet, so don't worry about it. But I'm telling you, you need to talk to her right now. Also, want to remind you, Captain America, Civil War, The Jungle Book, so many great movies are about to be coming out when it comes to Disney, and you want the opportunity to see one of those films, then what you need to do is head over to WDW After Dark and click on Fandango. Get your ticket. She says Fandango, but it's Fandango or Fandango, however you want to say it.
Yeah, see, this is those of you that are wrestling fans. This is your fault that every time I hear Fandango, I think Fandango.
You have to.
And I really try and not think it's summer rain. I just don't like her.
Yeah, she is kind of a pain. She is, but hey. That is where you need to go. When you go over to our website, WDW After Dark, click on that link, and you can get your tickets before you go to the movie and have them in hand practically. You don't have to wait in those long lines, worrying about it selling out or anything else. You've already bought your tickets. You pick up your tickets when you get there at the ticket booth, and you're good to go. Walk right in and enjoy your movie. So definitely we appreciate if you'll check them out just by heading over to WDW After Dark. And then also use Amazon to do your shopping. You know, we've got some holidays coming up here pretty soon, you know. birthdays,
Mother's Day,
Father's Day, even Christmas right now if you want to, Halloween right now. Do your shopping now. Don't wait. Don't wait to do your shopping. Do your shopping right now, but do it over at Amazon. You can get there simply by visiting WDW After Dark and using the link that we have on our page to get over to Amazon. They've got fantastic deals on all kinds of stuff. Clothes, toys, video games, electronics, drones, cameras, you name it. All kinds of different stuff are over there at Amazon, and get there by using WDW After Dark. And we appreciate you visiting those sponsors.
And it costs you nothing.
So
you're already going to be shopping, or you can go to Disney Store, because like Dining at Disney, I've got a link for that.
Yeah.
You just go, you click on it, you do your shopping that way, and you help us out in the process of you doing something you're already going to do.
It keeps us going, and we appreciate that.
It does, because these little microphones, they're not cheap.
No, gotta pay for them somehow. So, all right, that's out of the way. Now we get to talk to this lady right here, Miss Kristen Hetzel, Dining at Disney. She is also one of the co-hosts, or over there, however you want to look at it, one of the co-hosts of WDW Tiki Room over on Sorcerer Radio at SRSounds.com. You can hear him every single Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Kristen, so glad to have you with me. Since Eric and Aljon are not here, it's just me and you.
I know. I'm looking forward to this. We haven't done this in a while.
It's been a few months since it's just been me and you.
I do the show. I do a show regularly with just Aljon. So that's one thing. But it's very rare that I do something with just you or Eric. So it's always kind of fun, something different for me.
It is something different. We always have a good time.
We do. We
usually have some pretty good discussions when we do this show together. Speaking of which, as far as our discussions go for tonight, it is going to be the top 5 places that you would like to stay at other than a resort in Walt Disney World. So we're talking Disney attractions. We're talking Disney restaurants. We're talking Disney merchandising stores if you want to.
Transportation.
Transportation. It doesn't matter. The top 5 places to stay at inside the Walt Disney World theme parks or transportation, buses, monorails, whatever you can think of. That's going to be our discussion for this episode of WDW After Dark. But before we do that, we are going to talk some Disney park news, and Kristen is going to talk some Disney travel.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance.
Check out Kristen's new website, magicaljourneysvacations.com, for all your vacation needs. Disney, Universal, cruise lines, and more.
Thank you for traveling with us.
magicaljourneysvacations.com. Have her book your magical vacation today.
Got your headlines. WDW After Dark presents Disney Headline News.
That. Kristen, do you want to start first, or you want me to? It's up to you.
I can start first. That's unusual.
That will be fine. You can start this episode off.
Okay. So when it comes to news, I do have a story that came out today. Now, I have not seen this anywhere else. So they're claiming breaking news. I'm going to put it under the rumor category because Disney has not confirmed it to us. So It's going to be, according to WDW News today, Twilight Zone Tower of Terror is going to add a themed bar. So when you get off of the attraction, at the end, there's like that huge room that you have to like walk through. And then there's what looks like a ticket window. And above the ticket window is the shots of, you going like that.
Sure, yeah. I know the area you're talking about, yeah.
Which you only got to see with that face I just made if you're watching it on YouTube or Blab. But so the crazy face that you make or don't make on the attraction when it drops.
Right.
That little section, they're actually going to turn it into supposedly a bar.
A bar. Okay.
A bar. So they're saying that this is going to be a storyline kind of themed bar based on Tower of Terror, the hotel, themed beverages, right as you exit the attraction. There's a lot of room there. So I'm kind of curious. First of all, I'm wondering if they're going to move those TVs and put them above, as you exit out of that and you go by and you like scan out your Magic Band to get the photo put on.
Yeah.
And then you walk out and they've got the cast members that you can buy stuff from. I'm wondering if that's kind of
could be
where that's going to be.
It could be.
Now, of course, it's not quite clear where they're talking about. I'm guessing that would be the perfect place to put it.
In a way, I could see it being that. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's the bar they're talking about, or, as you exit the attraction and you walk past those cast members selling you those photos, there's what appears to be like a reception desk. That could be the other location they're talking about.
Okay.
Right is like literally right as you're walking into the attraction. The only issue I see with putting it there would be congestion for those trying to buy the photos and those trying to get into the gift shop, and whether be shopping or to just exit the attraction could be some issue there. No matter what, all I can say is I am excited about this. I've always thought that this attraction had so much possibility when it came to dining.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to get into this a little bit more because it makes my list of places where on my list of places to sleep. And I'm going to have to throw a little something extra in there. But I've always thought, you hear of people having like weddings in attractions.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And a few years ago, Tables in Wonderland used to host a dinner inside the Great Movie Ride. I've always thought as you walk right into Tower of Terror and you've got that nice little hotel lobby theme going on.
Yeah.
What a great place. Like that is where I would want to host some kind of dinner.
Some type of a dinner. Yeah, that would be
the fact that they're thinking about, or rumor has it that they're adding a themed bar into the hotel, that's pretty awesome. And there's so much they could do with that.
There is, but my problem is this, okay? I'm wondering if alcohol is involved, one, okay? Two.
There's got to be alcohol involved in a bar.
Yeah, true. But that's
not Magic Kingdom.
Coming off the attraction Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, your stomach has just been through one of the most traumatic experiences of its existence, in its life. Your stomach has just gone all kinds of different ways. And the first thing that I do not think of is, hey, I need a shot. No.
Maybe they should have done it going onto the attraction.
But at the same time, you've got those people who like to eat before going on Tower of Terror. And how do they feel when they come off? Oh, the nausea. Oh, it's terrible. Terrible.
Now, I don't experience that, but I have been a thrill seeker since I was not old enough to ride thrill rides. I was the kid that went up to, and I posted this not too long ago. Like those of you who may be friends with me on Facebook would have seen this. But I've posted about some of the attractions and things like that have closed in Ohio because that's where I grew up. And to me, an attraction was an amusement park. I was 16 years old before I experienced what a theme park was. So it really was all about very simple attractions. There wasn't that theming. But I was the kid that was like, I'm trying to be as I can't. Like, am I tall enough, guys? Like, standing as perfectly straight as you can without being on your tiptoes. Because, of course, then it's like, no, you're not tall enough, honey, to ride the thrill rides. And so I've never, even to this day, I don't ever get queasy on a thrill ride. I can ride something over and over and over again. And
you're one of those lucky ones like I am.
I'm one of those. Yeah, I am one of those few people that stuff does not bother me. So
doesn't bother me.
And even when I was a kid, like, they have the don't get in the pool 20 to 30 minutes after eating. Yeah, my mom could not keep me still enough to keep me out of the pool. Like, I was like, I'm fine. I'm going to get in the pool. And would And Mom was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I give up on her. She doesn't get sick, so fine, whatever. She makes sure my friends didn't get in the pool and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
But the stuff that kind of like makes you queasy, I don't experience that, whether it's like having a full meal and jumping and swimming in a pool or eating a buffet and then riding Tower of Terror. That stuff doesn't bother me. So to me, this is
not me either.
Getting off and being able to grab a snack or a drink or whatever. I'm like, that's kind of cool. That'll kind of keep me in that area. I'm then more likely, I feel, to wait 20 minutes as being an annual pass holder. 20 minutes to me is a very long wait. If it's 80 minutes, 60 minutes, 50 minutes, I'm not going to do it unless I'm with local friends who don't have a fast pass. Then, I'm going to wait. If it's like Jess and Ryan, Jess who is a cast member, she works at Animal Kingdom, and Ryan, we've had him on the show, Turtle Power Podcast. Or, Tony and John from Disney Parks Podcast. Those people, if they say, hey, I want to wait, which Tony and John aren't going to do, but just saying they did, I want to wait 40 minutes to ride this. I would do it because I was with them. And of course, then there was conversation to kill that time. But then that, I'm not going to wait that. So having a themed bar at the end, that's a little bit of a draw for me. Like, okay, 30 minutes.
It's a little bit of a draw. Yeah. I'm going to throw this out there.
Especially if they're going to do some themed drinks.
Yeah.
That to me would even be better.
Now, you said this is somewhat of a rumor, right? This is only a rumor. It's not confirmed by Disney or anything, right?
Disney has not confirmed this, no. I've searched and searched and searched all day long because, of course, this was released today from WDW, and I'm like, I got to find this somewhere. Nowhere. Like, you can search a variety of different terms on Google and nothing pops up. Even their story doesn't pop up. So,
okay. If this were to come true, if it were to come true, I have a Disney challenge for everybody, okay?
Okay.
If they're serving alcohol and they're serving shots, okay, I want you to go in there before you get on the attraction, not after, before. And I want you to do 10 of your favorite shots.
10?
And then I want you to make sure you have a fast pass. And then I want you to go up there and I want you to ride Tower of Terror. And I want you to hold it all down. Don't you let it go. Don't you let it go. At least 10 shots. 10 max. Let's say 10 max. 5 is the minimum. Just to see if
that's a lot. First of all, that's very expensive.
Yes, it is, but it would be so much fun.
Maybe we had $8 a shot. That's $40.
You'd feel so good afterwards, though. You'd feel like $1 million. You would want to ride it over and over and over again.
After 10 shots, that's too much for somebody of my size.
Not for me.
Unless we're talking about doing this over many hours.
Hey, you know what? You can throw a box of tacos in my stomach, and I'll go ride Mission Space any day. It doesn't bother me. It's no big deal.
Technically, based on my weight and height, 1 drink an hour is what my body processes.
1 drink an hour. Well, I mean, you're not able.
1 drink an hour.
That's true. Got to build up your tolerance.
Not that we know. Now, see. But look, you, Aljon, and I have gone to the beer garden and done the 1 liter beer.
Yes, we have.
And considering I weigh less than half of you, Aljon, I still hold my liquor better than you do. So this could be quite interesting. I
wouldn't say that. Come on.
The Marley and Poppy show. Do we need to say more?
Look, but we also had tequila shots as well. We had tequila shots over at La Hacienda.
I had one shot of alcohol less than the two of you, and you guys both should be able to consume twice the amount of alcohol.
Come on. You got to give us that we had more.
No,
we had more
barely.
A little more potent than what you had. Come on.
You left.
Aljon would back me up here.
No, he wouldn't.
All right, we're off on a tangent.
No. I know we are, but where I'm going to leave this.
Okay.
As at some point, all four of us, you, Nicole, Aljon, and myself, we're going to go, and I bet Nicole and I can drink you under the table.
You've got a bet.
Yeah.
You've got a bet right there. Okay. Look at Nicole. She's giving you likes, and she's agreeing with you. We'll talk about this later. Okay.
Right. Oh, us girls are going to win.
Right. Okay. I'm not going to forget this. This is going to be on YouTube forever, so just remember. Okay. All right. What else do you have for headlines for After Dark?
I'll go through the remaining ones quickly.
Okay.
So there's going to be Ample Hills Creamery opening at Disney's Boardwalk Inn and Villas. Earlier, the bakery had closed, and it is going to be reimagined into a turn-of-the-century ice cream parlor. And it's going to have a very New York City kind of theme to it.
Okay.
Some of the things you're going to see are going to be an ooey gooey butter cake, coffee toffee coffee, salted pretzel punch, cotton candy, and more. And of course, this is exclusive to the Walt Disney World Resort. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That
sounds good to me.
And then I'm going to mention, I've got only two other things. Well, three. Animal Kingdom. We've mentioned Tiffin's before. There's been a look at the menu, which is really focusing on Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Americas, both North and South. Some of the dishes you're going to be able to try are going to be a lobster popcorn Thai curry soup with basil and peanuts. And that's going to show the influence of both Asia and Africa. As far as Europe, a marinated grilled octopus.
Oh, wow.
Will you eat that?
I'll eat that.
Okay, you will? Even though it's kind of, well, okay.
It's different than a snail. Don't even bring that up. Don't even bring it up.
Do you eat calamari?
I do eat calamari.
Okay. There will also be a salad of roasted baby beets and goat cheese with walnut granola and sun-dried cherry vinaigrette Discovery Island, and that's going to be very North American.
Oh, my gosh.
Some of the entrees are going to be a Berber spice lamb chop, which somebody is going to have to try and tell me about because they don't eat lamb.
Those were you talking about before were only appetizers?
Those were the appetizers.
Oh, my gosh. Keep going. Okay.
That's going to be African influence with a mustard greens, lentil stew, and mint chutney.
Oh, golly.
Berkshire pork tenderloin, which is right up my alley, is going to have a hudla kuche tamale.
What was that?
Hudla kuche.
Hudla kuche.
And a red mole sauce, which is going to be South American.
Okay. All right.
Miso glazed black cod, Asian inspired. And as far as European inspired here, you're going to be able to get a grilled head-on shrimp with tomatoes, roasted fennel olives, and sea urchin butter sauce.
Okay.
Which sounds very interesting.
Wow.
They will have handcrafted cocktails. Non-alcoholic beverages will include things like an exotic fruit-flavored lemonade, Asian and African premium loose leaf teas, and coffee beans from Colombia, Ethiopia, Indonesia, and Tanzania.
Oh my gosh, shut up. Are you serious? This is all so good.
Adjacent to this is going to be the Nomad Lounge, where you'll be able to get those same kinds of drinks. In addition to them, small plates of things like a Wagyu beef skewer, honey glazed coriander spiced pork ribs, Indian butter chicken wings, seasonal fish balls with shishutsu peppers, and house-made head cheese, and chicken liver pate with chutney. Now, see, to me, the thing that I won't eat is going to be the pate. I don't like pate.
Never had it, so I can't say I don't like it. I've never had pate before.
As I was explaining to Bubba when we talked about the menu for this place, is I am a very texture and flavor oriented person. I like contrast, and so to me, things like pate, yogurt. They have no texture to them unless you add other things to them.
Yeah.
And so that kind of, it just, the texture itself doesn't do anything for me. And so I'm not a fan of it.
Interesting.
If I'm going to eat something like yogurt, then I want granola and some kinds of like seeds or whatever with it. Like you could add flax or chia or any of those kind of things into it, as well as like berries and dried fruit and that kind of stuff. And therefore you have flavor and texture layers. And that's really what I'm big on. So I've always had difficulty with anything that is mushy.
Yeah.
Like Bob always making fun of me because I said,
I get what you're saying.
I don't like Jell-O.
Okay. Well, that's understandable. Okay. The texture is all about it.
Yeah. I'm a very texture flavor oriented person. And when I write reviews and suggest things to people, I let them know these biases that I have, because to somebody else, texture might not matter. They might be okay with it. It's just so, yeah.
I'm with Josh in the chat room. He said, I'm curious who wrote out the names of the dishes. I can't even spell half of them. It's so much easier to eat the dish and describe it than try and pronounce it before you actually eat it, because the names they come up with for some of this stuff is just, it's crazy. It's absolutely, but it sounds, just the sound of it and how it's described sounds so good at the same time.
I think considering it's going to be a signature dining experience, it's going to be fantastic. No matter what you have, whether it's something you normally like or don't, I think it's going to be incredible.
WDW Plantoons asked, what kind of animal is a Wagyu?
It's beef.
Beef? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of a per se animal it is, but
it's spelled Wagyu.
Wagyu? Okay.
It's on the lines of like you hear of oh my gosh, it just left my mind. What is the Kobe beef? It's along the lines of things like that. Like it's a premium beef. It's the way it's handled and dealt with and everything like that. So
yeah. Okay. I got what you're saying. That sounds good. That sounds really good. That's going to be a nice place. Very nice.
And then we're going to head over to Four Seasons, which you have to go to, Jeff.
Oh, yeah?
The next time we're all there, we have to do Four Seasons, because it's phenomenal. It's a beautiful resort. It's located on Disney property because it's located just behind Golden Oaks, which is right off the same street as Port Orleans, Riverside, and French Quarter. Okay. And it kind of comes to an intersection. If it dead ends, and where it dead ends, you could also take back route to Magic Kingdom. Yeah. So it's like that part has amazing views from Kappa, which is their restaurant at the top of the resort. I mean, this is the place you want to go when you want people to treat you like you're a celebrity, because is you show up. Yes, Mr. Davis, what can I direct you to? What restaurant are you dining at this evening? I mean, it's very, yes, Mr. Davis. Yes, Mr. Davis.
They're very, very good at kissing your butt, in other words.
Yeah, but it's not in a sense that seems very
I mean, that's what it is. I mean, they're kissing your butt, pretty much. Let's be honest.
They're treating you the way you want to be treated when you're spending the kind of money that it costs.
I'm sure. Yeah.
At that resort, they give you top of the notch service, and everybody is nice. And I can tell you, having been in retail for over 20 years, retail and customer service in restaurants.
Sure.
At times, you don't want to smile at people. It is really hard, especially the older you get, to keep that little smile on when you really don't want to. Somebody's being nasty to you. You don't want to do that. And you have to turn around and do it to the next person. It is really hard.
Sure.
So people who work at these kind of resorts like this in Waldorf Astoria, my hats are off to them, because they have a very tough job to take somebody talking down to them, and then the next person, they have to smile with that same enthusiasm. It's hard. But this resort is good at that. And it's fantastic all around. PB&G is going to have a new menu. They're going to start serving dinner Wednesdays through Sundays from 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. Some of the menu items are going to include an ahi tuna nachos, which I can't wait to try, because when I think of ahi tuna nachos, I think of those at Yak and Yeti, and it is one of my favorite menu items you can order at Disney. It's just incredible. On top of that, a chopped seafood Cobb salad, coffee-crusted rotisserie ribeye, smokehouse burger, and many more items. I do highly suggest, if you're going to want to dine at PB&G, to try and get a reservation. And the reason being is that it is often rented out for special group events, whether it be a wedding or something like that. They do rent this space out. It overlooks the water. It's absolutely a beautiful place.
Sure. Yeah.
The Kentucky Derby is coming up for its 142nd, which is insane.
142nd running of the Kentucky Derby. Wow.
It's going to be on Saturday, May 7th, day before Mother's Day. And if you can't make it to Kentucky, you can go here and go through the whole fun of it. Throw on your seersucker, a big derby hat, have a bourbon flight, because they're going to do a tour of Kentucky bourbon flight. They're going to have mint juleps, special food like a shrimp po' boy sliders, Kentucky fried chicken, hot brown sandwich, bourbon bread. And then this is the best item I've ever heard.
KFC, it's the best.
Candied bacon with a side of bourbon on the rocks. Not bourbon with a side of bacon. No, it is candied bacon with a side of bourbon on the rocks.
Oh my. Oh.
Now, if you come dressed like you're going to the Kentucky Derby, you will save 10% on your bill, which is pretty cool.
That's good.
On top of that, they will have a contest, and the staff gets to judge the best derby hat. The person who receives this is going to win a cooking class with PB&G executive chef Mickey Termini. So to me, that's cool.
No way.
I know, right? To me, that just sounds like fun. I'm like, I've never been to the Kentucky Derby. I've heard all about it. Yeah, of course. Being in Nashville, you have steeplechase. That's the big horse racing thing here. I've never ever gone to any of that, but I'm like, I could totally get into wearing a big derby hat.
I could see you doing that. Yeah, I'm picturing that in my head.
The big Hollywood glasses, and just that to me just sounds like fun.
Nicole would go with you in a heartbeat.
Oh my God, her and I would have so much fun.
You would have so much fun. Good golly. That's good stuff, Kristen.
And then that's not it. There's so much more going on over there as well. So Mother's Day is around the corner. Next day, May 8th. They're going to do a couple of different things. Ravella's going to do a special buffet, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Some of the things you'll be able to experience, they're going to have special stations like a pasta, a raw bar, seafood bar. A carving station is going to have prime rib as well as herb-crusted lamb leg. Desserts in a children's section as well. If you're looking for dinner, you can go to Kappa, which is the restaurant I mentioned, the Spanish one up on the top, with the most phenomenal view yet I've seen of Walt Disney World, because you can see all of the parks. I mean, it's incredible. But they're going to have their regular menu, but in addition, one that has duck confit for an appetizer, a petite filet, as well as a chocolate lava cake for dessert. So, and Mom will receive a glass of cava as well as a box of macaroons to take home.
Nice. Gotta take care of Mom.
I have all of the details about this, including the Texan wine dinner that's going to be taking place at Kappa, featuring many of the chefs, as well as 5 master sommeliers. That's going to be on May 20th, but you can find all those details for those particular events on Dining at Disney. And then that's all I've got for food news. And then it's going to be moving into the travel aspect of things. And today, Disney Cruise Line unveiled its 2017 itineraries. So they're going to do a new Alaskan itinerary, which will include Icy Strait Point and Hubbard Glacier. Right. And I have not done Alaska through Disney, but I have done an Alaskan cruise. And I have to say, they're pretty amazing. The places this one's going to go is Ketchikan, Juneau, which is the capital in, it's either the second or third largest city. And when you go there, you're going to go, oh, wow, this is kind of crazy that this is the third largest or second largest city of this state. I mean, it's crazy. Skagway and Tracy Arm Fords. Icy Strait Point is incredible. It gives you a view of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites, including Glacier Bay National Park. And when you go through that, you'll see things, depending on the type of the year, you might see otters. And that's pretty cool to get to see the otters. Sure. Unfortunately, at the time we were passing the otters, I was in a martini tasting. And so my sister, who does not drink, got to view all of the otters. So I was very jealous of her. Why they scheduled that the way they did, I don't know. They shouldn't have done Day at Sea that way. But they did. But it's really impressive. Alaska is something that's very, very different from the rest of the United States. And if you ever have the opportunity, yes, it's expensive, but I feel it is a once in a lifetime thing. It's not something you're going to plan on going back and seeing, but you really should see the glaciers
at least one time. Yeah.
One of them that we saw loses 400 feet a year. It shrinks by that much because of the warming that they're experiencing in that part of the globe.
Yeah, you just don't know how much longer they're going to be around.
You don't.
Even in our generation, you know.
You never know, and you never know when the weather is going to turn, and you're going to have more glaciers. So,
that's fact.
If you have the opportunity to do something and see it in your lifetime, it's always worth it because it's so unique to see these kinds of things. And the glaciers, actually, you can tell where they are because there's a blue tint to it. It's really kind of cool because you don't expect it to quite. I expected them to be bigger, but not. I didn't really expect a glacier to be blue.
Yeah, it's understandable.
It's unique. Another thing that they're going to be doing is going to be a new European destination. And this is going to be starting on May 13th. It's going to be a 15-night transatlantic crossing from Port Canaveral, Florida to Copenhagen, where you'll make a stop in Amsterdam along the way. Ports of call are going to include Portland, England, which will be the first time it has been used as a port for Disney Cruise Line. You'll be able to see Stonehenge, which is, if you're unfamiliar, a prehistoric ring of standing stones. Other places, there's going to be a 10-night Northern European itinerary that's going to start departing on June 18th. It's going to include Dover, England.
Right.
Warnemünde, which is going to be Berlin, Germany, Stockholm, Sweden, Helsinki, Finland, St. Petersburg, Russia, and Tallinn, Estonia.
Wow.
This is what I would love to do. I've been to Germany, but I haven't been to Berlin. Of all these places, the only one I've been is Helsinki, Finland. And I remember when I went to Helsinki, it was cloudy. And it so reminded me of Maelstrom, like the introduction of Maelstrom with all the clouds and all that stuff. And I was like, wow, like
they got it right.
What you see of that part of attraction is true of a Scandinavian country. Of course, it's in Norway, not in Finland. But those places that they filmed those things run along the same kind of parallel of those countries when you're looking at it on a map. Estonia, I will say one interesting thing is Finland is the only country that speaks Finnish. However, many of their words are also used in Estonia. They have a very similar language, except they have a different meaning. And I thought that was one of the most interesting things, is that Estonia and Finland share so many of the same qualities of their language, but it's very different. So if you use a word in Finnish that you also see in Estonian, it's not the same word. It has a very different meaning.
Yeah. Interesting.
If you're looking for more of a Caribbean itinerary, the Disney Fantasy is going to go to Barbados, Martinique, St. Kitts, Tortola, and of course, Disney's private island, Castaway Cay. That's going to start on June 28th. They're going to have a new 10-night itinerary that'll include Aruba, Curacao, St. Kitts, Tortola, and Castaway Cay. So you'll have 11 in a 10-night itinerary. I will tell you one very interesting thing that most people probably do not know. When you ride Kilimanjaro safaris and they talk about the upside down tree, the oh gosh, I just forgot the name of that tree. Baobab. Baobab tree.
Yep.
There is one place you can see that outside of Africa, and it is in Barbados. You can see an actual baobab tree. They have one of those.
No kidding.
No, and it's really, really cool. Like, unfortunately, it's a very popular area when people are giving tours to stop by. So you're not going to be able to stop and like take your picture outside of a legitimate baobab, because in Disney's Animal Kingdom, as much as we would like to think that's a real tree, it's not.
It's not. Yeah. Yeah. But it looks good, though. It looks good.
It does. And really, that is a lot what the tree looks like. But to actually see one is pretty special.
Yeah, it is.
And we did not do, when I did a tour there, I did not do one of the ones through the cruise line. Got off the ship, hired one of the taxis. Many, if you're concerned about hiring a taxi, remember that these people, their livelihood and the way they make their money is on tourism.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to make sure you have a great experience. If you're good at reading people, you'll be able to tell real quick, like, this is an okay person to take a trip with.
Sure.
And somewhere actually kept his business card because he was so fantastic. A lot of times this is something I do in the Caribbean, is pay for a taxi. I've done it in Jamaica and other places. And I took his business card, which I need to look up and I should probably put on my website, because this guy was fantastic. He said, call him ahead of time, and he would be so willing to go, yeah, I'm here. I'm picking up this person, and this is the tour I'm going to give them. And he'll even go by the area where Rihanna grew up. So he'll show you that. Like,
wow. If
you count up like 5 homes, that's Rihanna's house where she grew up in. And you get to see everything from hearing those kind of cultural stories that tie into America, people we know, to things like, you're going to learn whatever you do, don't ever wear camo in Barbados. They will stop you. They will take it from you no matter what it is.
Sure.
It is against the law to wear camo in Barbados. But you'll learn all kinds of things like that, all kinds of cultural things. He'll drive you through the rainforests and beautiful places. And so, I know this is a little off topic, and I kind of got away from it being Disney Cruise Line oriented, but he really was incredible. And you can learn a lot that you just don't think of when you think about going to the islands. You think, oh yeah, it's a little island. It's pretty. It's tropical. There's a beach and lots of inexpensive souvenirs, but there's more than that to it. As far as Castaway Cay, which is Disney's private island in the Bahamas, Disney Dream is going to start doing 2 stops at Castaway Cay, and that's going to be on special 5-night sailings departing on June 2nd, 11th, 16th, 25th, 30th, and July 9th.
Nice.
It will also stop, of course, in Nassau, Bahamas. 4-night sailings will be on June 7th, 21st, and July 5th. If you have never been to Castaway, it's really awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
It's worth it. I have told Ryan and Jess we need to do a big group trip since Jess is a cast member. And of course, there's like X number of cabins cast members can bucket their nice little discount. But we need to do a Disney Cruise Line trip.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
It does sound fun. It does sound like a good time. Good gracious. Wow.
And I know I have spent too much time talking about my news.
I tell you what, though. Here's the thing: if you're not hungry or you don't want to take a Disney Cruise Line by now, there's something wrong with you. There's something very wrong with you after hearing all that. That's a lot of information to soak in. But the great part about it is you can go back and you can listen to it all over again, just in case you miss something. Because hey, it's either YouTube or it's a podcast, so you've got that option. So, Kristen, thank you so much for all the great information that you've given us for WDW After Dark when it comes to travel and food. I'm going to go over the Disney Parks headlines just real quick so we can get to our discussions real fast. First, I'm going to talk about the Night of Joy. Tickets are now available for the 2016 Night of Joy Christian Music Series. It is the first time this is going to be held at the ESPN Worldwide of Sports Complex instead of where they normally used to do it, and that would be the Magic Kingdom. Now, some of the performers this year is going to include Mercy Me, Casting Crowns, Chris Tomlin, Red, 1,000-Foot Crutch, Tim Timmons, a lot more. Some very, very good acts coming for Night of Joy this time around. Now, the new venue also has brought new ticketing options, giving attendees the option to combine the concerts with theme park admission. This is actually kind of interesting. You can get a single night ticket for Friday night concerts, $39 plus tax in advance, or $45 at the day of the show. A ticket which would include a day at one of the 4 Disney World theme parks and the concerts for Saturday night. That would be $99 plus tax in advance, and then $114 plus the tax the day of the show, if it's still available and not sold out. So keep that in mind when it comes to it. A 2-day ticket, which includes both nights' concerts, a day at one of the 4 Walt Disney World theme parks, is $119 plus tax in advance. Guests who purchase the 2-day ticket before August the 9th, 2016, will also receive 1 admission to their choice of Disney's Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon from September the 6th through September the 12th. And group discounts are also available for all that stuff. Now, those dates right there, September 6th through the 12th, that's usually a downtime for Disney. It's after Labor Day. Things kind of slow down just a little bit at the park, so it might be nice to head over to Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon. So you're going to want to check out that event if you're interested in the 2016 Night of Joy at Walt Disney World. The club level lounge over at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge is going to be closed for a refurbishment during the month of May 2016. The Kilimanjaro Club will close May 2nd through May the 22nd, reopening to guests on May 23rd. There will be a temporary location available for guests staying at club level rooms. Remember, that's where you need to be staying in order to check that out. So it's just a quick note for that. Now, with Dream Along with Mickey ending just over a week ago, work is already well underway on the new stage show for Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair. Cinderella Castle now has a construction wall covering the stage area, which is completely cleared of all the old set pieces. They're already gone. Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair, of course, opening this summer in 2016. In Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair, Mickey and his troupe of merry makers have been preparing to host a joyous festival and have ventured far and wide to invite friends from other lands to join in their celebration. So a lot of people looking forward to that. You're going to have Tiana, Naveen, Louis, kind of spice of New Orleans jazz that'll come to the party. Donald Duck's going to be there. Daisy, Rapunzel, Flynn Rider, of course, Mickey and Minnie, Olaf, Anna, and Elsa. Lots more. Check it out this summer. 2016 Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair. Well, Disney launched a major update to its Fast Pass Plus service this past weekend. And to make all of that possible is a brand new version of the My Disney Experience app. A lot of people have been looking forward to this in so many ways. Now, it is available in the App Store. Whether you have Apple or whether you have Android, it is available to you. The new version of My Disney Experience has a complete rework of the Fast Pass Plus selection process. Gone is the forced selection of 3 experiences, and in its place comes a much more intuitive process from what they tell us. Now, to get started, all you have to do, pick members of your Fast Pass Plus party, then choose a park. Next, select a date and a time frame. And this can be done by period, such as morning, afternoon, evening, or a specific time. A list of attractions is then displayed along with time slots that match your criteria. When you see what you want, you just pick the time and you select it. It is simply that easy. You can then repeat the process if you wish until you have up to 3 selections. The limit of a total of 3 Fast Pass Plus selections at a single park per day has not changed. That is still in place. Just the way it is. But the new process seems much more straightforward and a lot user-friendly, a lot more user-friendly than what it used to be, particularly for guests who are new to the Fast Pass Plus system, if you've never done it before. And the selection process is very similar to that of, dining reservations when you go over to the Disney World website to check those out, which many are very familiar with if you're an avid Walt Disney World vacationer. So, along with those improvements for Fast Pass Plus also comes the ability to choose additional Fast Pass Plus experiences in My Disney Experience once the initial 3 have been used, as usual, with 4th becoming available once the first 3 have been used, and then the 5th become available, so forth and so forth and so forth. That's how it goes. Previously, this could only be done at a kiosk inside of the park. So what Disney has done essentially is eliminated one more line that you have to stand in while you're on your vacation, which is going to put a smile on so many people's faces. When Nicole and I were walking through the Magic Kingdom over there in Frontierland, I saw some of the kiosks over there, and not a lot of people standing in line to get Fast Pass Plus because they're tired of spending time in line. And the process was just a real pain. Let's be honest. It was a pain. So now you just whip out your mobile phone and you take care of it that way. You can get your first 3 done, then you get your 4th and your 5th and so on and so on. So a lot of people are going to be very happy about that and expect Wi-Fi to be even worse at Walt Disney World since now everybody will be on their mobile device when you walk around the parks. Unfortunately, that's just the way it's going to go. I'm sorry. So. All right, real fast. New entertainment stage area has been completed over in Epcot's Germany Pavilion. It's located in the space that had previously been used for the Food and Wine Festival kiosks. It features a small stage and it's got a viewing area. Epcot has recently been experimenting with new entertainment acts on short-term engagements. We know all about this, especially when it comes to an area over by Canada. And it seems that Germany is soon going to be hosting some entertainment in addition to the Beer Garden Band that is only available to diners there at the restaurant. You may see something like that on that stage. Could be very interesting. We'll just have to wait to see.
Now, I've heard it's supposed to be more modern.
More modern sounding?
That's what I heard. It's not going to be that very traditional Bavarian music that you hear inside the restaurant, but something that's going to be more modern Germany music. So, could be interesting. I don't know what that entails.
It could be good. Yeah.
When I have listened to stations in other countries, I still hear American music. The difference is it's uncensored in other countries because they aren't. I'm trying to find the right word, but I'm going to just use this one: prudish. They're not quite as prudish as we are.
Okay. All right. That's a safe word.
And I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but that's truly probably the most proper word for me to use to describe the differences.
Probably so. Probably
many
so.
Of those places.
Yeah.
I mean, I did walk into a Sephora where they were doing. The girl was getting our body painting done, and she was topless. And you just walk. I mean, it was like the main entrance into the store.
That's art, though. It's a whole different way of looking at it.
It's but
non-sexual in any way.
We're a very different culture than much.
Yeah, you can't do that here. You can't do that here.
We were found by Puritans, after all. So
that is true.
They were kicked out of Britain. They weren't liked. They were too conservative for the Brits. So
that's true. But whenever we do have information on what's going to be happening at this brand new spot for music in Germany, they're in the World Showcase, we'll definitely let you know about it. All right, final Disney park news to get to. And this goes along with the lines of Disney After Hours that we talked about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Now, Disney has unveiled another premium package that offers early access to the Magic Kingdom's Fantasyland. Beginning on April the 26th, Disney Early Morning Magic is going to give guests access to Fantasyland at 7:45 a.m. Just Fantasyland. And includes breakfast at the Pinocchio Village. Now, the breakfast menu includes seasonal fruits, pastries, scrambled eggs, fritters, smoked bacon, pork, turkey sausage, waffles, stuff like that. Now, the cost for Disney Early Morning Magic is $69 for adults and $59 for children ages 3 to 9 plus tax, in addition to your regular theme park admission. You can order now online if you want to get tickets. Dates available so far are April 26th, the 30th. Then in May, you've got the 3rd, 7th, 14th, 17th, 21st, 24th, 28th, and 31st. And then in June, you've got dates for the 4th, the 7th, the 11th, 14th, 18th, 21st, 25th, 28th. And, of course, this happens in 2016. Extra Magic Hours will continue as normal, and Disney Early Morning Magic Days will not be held on morning Extra Magic Hour days. So remember that. It's another premium package. Disney After Hours, like I said, was announced last month, giving access to the park for regular park closing. This is a little bit different, Kristen. Price tag is a little bit smaller. You're getting access to Fantasyland. You're being fed, and then you can continue on with the rest of your day. But is it worth it? $69.
Okay, so the other one was $149.
Mm-hmm.
Popular attractions. I'm going to say not really food, even though they said there was going to be a couple of things included. To me, that's not a meal.
Ice cream and soda.
To me,
ice
that's
cream
not a meal.
and soda. Yeah.
For a little more than, I guess, about a quarter of the price.
For like a character meal.
A little bit more than a third, but not quite as much as a half. You're going to be able to have a full meal.
Inside of Fantasyland.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking you're probably going to get attractions.
The one difference is, it starts at 7:45, and at 9 a.m., the rest of the park can come in. So in a sense, you're really only getting like an hour and 15 minutes of the park to yourself.
And do attractions? That's not a lot of time.
Well, you've got till 10 o'clock to do your attractions.
Yeah.
Or, you have till 10 o'clock to do whatever. But this is my thought, and this is what I said to Bubba earlier, is this is when you go in and you go straight to the attractions, because the only people in the park for the attractions are those who paid for it.
That's
so you go
true,
straight there, you ride the 3 attractions, and then you have till 10 a.m. that you're having breakfast. That's the way you do that.
Okay.
Pinocchio's, I want to say, opens at 11 for lunch.
Right. Okay.
So in a sense, you have the restaurant to yourself until that point, for the most part. Because people are going to walk in, they're not going to be able to buy anything to eat because it's not open to the public.
An hour and 15 minutes for a full meal. 3 attractions.
No, 3 attractions, and then you have another hour for the dining portion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 hours, 15 minutes.
Think about how much it costs to do a character meal experience. whether it be Chef Mickey's or
something.
Some other place, about $40 per person if you're an adult.
So for another $30, you get to. So for $10 an attraction, you get to ride those other 3.
Exactly, pretty much.
And you can get pictures of the castle without hundreds of people in front of it.
That is true. I can't necessarily say that I wouldn't do it. I'm a little 50-50 on it. Yeah, a little hesitant to pay the $69, but not as hesitant as I am to pay $149 for Disney After Hours.
Now, Dave Schutz, who is your first trip to Disney, or first, oh my gosh, now I feel really bad because I'm drawing a blank. Your first Disney visit? What is it? I know it's yourfirstvisit.net is his website. I'm going to pull it up because I want to quote this right. Your first visit. Yeah. Oh yeah. .net. The Walt Disney World Instruction Manual planning your visit by the number. So yeah, yourfirstvisit.net. Dave, who runs that website, he's actually going to be doing later this month the evening event, and I'm going to have him on Tiki Room to talk about it. Wow,
that's.
As soon as he posted, I was like, "Hey, you want to come on Tiki Room and talk about that and talk about your book?" Because we have had him on before. Dave's a really nice guy. He's got a great website when you're looking to break down the numbers of visits and what attractions and all of that kind of stuff. And it's free. He's not going to charge you to look at all those numbers on his website, but he's got all of that kind of information. It's very perfect for people who've never been, who are looking for really in-depth information that only experts kind of have. So, sure. He has a book that's available. He's done with his name is Josh, and I can't think of his website off the top of my head, but yeah, we're gonna have him on. He's gonna be doing this later this month, and he's gonna talk about what he thought of this event and how it went. So
yeah, okay. I'd be interested to see what he has to say.
I am too, because I wouldn't have imagined that I'd know anybody who was going to be willing to pay for that.
It's a very controversial thing.
Really is a lot of money. I think it's excellent for people who are staying off-site that really want to get a lot in and not spend.
But still, I mean, that's even for people off-site.
Which usually you're off-site because you're trying to save money.
Yeah, and you're not saving money by doing that. I'm just going to say that right now. But I am going to say Disney Early Morning Magic seems like a more reasonable event that I think Disney is going to sell quite a few more tickets than when it comes to Disney After Hours. People will enjoy something like that more, especially if you're staying off-site. That's a very unique opportunity for off-site guests to be able to enjoy while at Walt Disney World. So, like I said, $69 for adults, $59 for children ages 3 to 9 plus tax, and in addition to your regular theme park admission. So that's really not all that bad, people. It's something we'll watch to see when people do reviews of it, and maybe we can get somebody on the show to talk about it once they do it. That would be nice to have here on WDW After Dark. So those are a few of your Disney headlines when it comes to the Disney parks. You want more headlines? I'm going to give you an opportunity to find out more. You can either listen to WDW Tiki Room on Fridays on Sorcerer Radio at srsounds.com at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. You can listen to myself, DW60, on Thursdays, or you can listen to Sorcom Review with Eric. You can listen to Will, Disneyland Magic. He even does review stuff. All the shows, you can get more headlines and more information. So we encourage you to check out Sorcerer Radio over at srsounds.com for all of those shows. Need to do some Star Wars talk. Now, last week on Good Morning America, they revealed the trailer for a brand new Star Wars film coming this December 2016. Which is an all-new experience for Star Wars fans. This is new characters, The story itself is not all that new because we've known about it. We know it happened, but we didn't know the specifics of it. And the trailer that they revealed on Good Morning America last week was for Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And we're going to review that trailer. It is a teaser trailer, not the full trailer. We're going to do that right now here on the show. We're going to talk about it, and you guys are going to get to see it, hear a little bit of it, but we're going to talk about it while it's on. So let's take a look real quick at Rogue One. Drop isn't. Oh, it doesn't. Wow.
What?
It won't do it. It won't do it.
Why?
It won't do it when you're doing a recording on a show. Crud. We were going to watch it and review it.
Oh. You can only do that if you're doing like a private.
Yeah. That's that whole buildup of getting to watch it and talk about it at the same time. Crud. Sad face. Sad face. See, that's the benefit of coming on Blab and watching us through the show live. We can do it afterwards, so it doesn't matter. Kristen, you've seen the trailer, have you?
I saw part of it from when we were watching it. It looks interesting.
Oh, crud, man.
I haven't watched the entire thing.
Okay.
See, but you also know about me that I have difficulty watching. I totally want to be surprised about things.
Yeah. I am going to just play it on my phone for a minute.
But from what we saw, it looks pretty amazing.
I'm going to do it the way Aljon does it. And I'm just going to put the phone up to the camera and let you may or may not be able to hear. I don't know. I'm going to see. Maybe this will work. I don't know. Can you see that?
I'm seeing myself lean it towards the camera, like top. Yeah, right there. Leave it right there. That's it.
Forgery of imperial documents, possession of stolen property, aggravated assault, resisting arrest.
On your own from the age of 15. Reckless, aggressive, and undisciplined. This is a rebellion, isn't it?
This girl right here, she has got a lot of sass, and I love that. Lots of sass.
Have you heard how long this movie's going to be?
I have not heard how long it's going to be, actually. Probably like any other Star Wars movie, look at it, 2.5 hours.
That's really long for a movie that's kind of in between. I mean,
true.
I mean,
yeah.
That's the best way I can explain it, is it's kind of like an in-between movie. Because when people think of Star Wars, they think of the full-on episodes. And that's what makes me wonder if it's going to be shorter, maybe an hour and a half, 2 at max, because it's not an episode movie.
It's not part of the norm that we're used to. But see, that's the thing. You've got new characters. You've got this story that we've all been waiting for so long. That's why I could see it being 2.5 hours. Easily. Rogue One, a Star Wars story coming in December in 2016. It looks absolutely phenomenal.
I'm looking to see if I can find out how long it's going to be.
I wouldn't have a problem with it being 2.5 hours. Not at all. Not at all. And the look of the Death Star and the Imperial ships and this new squad of stormtroopers that I've seen, and I don't know the specifics of the names of them. I haven't dived deep into all the specifics, but I'm learning as I go, little by little. But looks phenomenal, and it looks fantastic. Lots of people really excited. Over 30 million views so far over on YouTube for the official Star Wars YouTube page. I don't think it broke the internet the way The Force Awakens did that first day it came out. I mean, that literally probably broke the internet.
Did you pick up the movie?
I've got the movie, yes.
Have you watched any of the bonus features?
No, I have not seen any of those yet. No.
Those are interesting.
I'll get to them eventually.
I haven't watched a movie on it, but I've watched some of the bonus features. Yeah,
I'm waiting to do that here pretty soon, hopefully. I'll be able to watch all those. Those will be pretty interesting.
The thing that I'm wondering is, we all know that John Williams is not young anymore.
This is true.
And my question is, what if he doesn't make it through all 9? I wonder if he has already discussed with them who he thinks could pull off a musical score the way he can. Because if you know music and you are really into composers, you know that each of them has a different style. Danny Elfman has a very specific style of of the way that he does music, and that's what makes him perfect for Tim Burton movies. And Hans Zimmer has a very specific way that he does music. But you have to think, who can contribute that same way, because you're now on movie 7 that's been done with the same person doing the musical score, that you guys kind of have to carry on that tradition. And so that's what I'm kind of curious about, is like, who would they find?
Those are big shoes to fill, no doubt about it. I mean, you can think he has a protege, I'm sure, somebody that has watched him throughout the years.
Wait, what's going on?
Hold on. Is that coming up?
Yes. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. It just came up on its own. I don't understand why it's doing this. And it's still recording as far as I can tell. Oh, that's so weird.
That is very strange.
I'm hoping this actually makes it onto the broadcast. If it does, I'm going to be so happy and stoked if it does. I mean, that would be so cool. But we're getting to watch it right now, so.
I'm trying to look up John Williams' age.
I rebel. I don't know who this is that is playing this character, but she seems like she fits it pretty well. Look at that. You can see that array going into the Death Star right there. That is fantastic. Oh, I love that. This looks so good.
John Williams was born February 8th, 1932.
1932? Okay.
So that...
I love that. I love the whole, a little bit of kung fu type, karate type thing going on there. That was nice. That was pretty cool. What will you become?
So makes him, 84, right?
Roundabout, I think. Roundabout that age. What it seems like to me. Yeah.
So he'd be 84.
Interesting. I think he could do it. He can make it. He can. Encouragement for him to make it. So we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see.
I have my fingers crossed that for the 2017 D23 Expo that they induct Stanley, because Stanley truly is running out of time.
Very, very possible that could happen sooner than later, which would make sense to me. So.
I mean, he was born in 1922.
Yeah.
He's what, 93?
He's up there in age. Yeah. Still kicking too, Hopefully you guys were able to see the video the way we saw it just then. I don't know if it actually made it through to the broadcast or not. If it didn't, sorry about that. It's a technical issue that Blab is currently working to implement so that we can included into the broadcast. Wouldn't it be nice if we could bring back some of the old stuff of the old WDW After Dark segments of
oh my gosh,
videos and stuff that we used to do every now and then?
Okay, so Stanley is 93. He has 2 children, and he's been married to the same woman since December 5th, 1947.
Wow.
How sweet is that?
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
That is truly amazing.
I didn't realize that they had been married that long. That's impressive.
That is impressive. Yeah, it is.
So that's almost, they've almost been, they've been married almost 70 years.
Yeah. Long time. Long time.
No.
We'll see.
Almost,
it was 50 years. 50 years in 97.
So 7. Yeah.
So 60 years in 07. So almost 70 years.
Yeah.
In 2017. That's a long time.
I am so excited now. I'm like, oh, so sweet. Nobody's married that long. Look, anyone, you're lucky if you hit 7 years. Like,
that's
it's
a
just,
fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our generation, it's just different.
WDW After Dark presents Disney Discussion, a roundtable panel.
Let's get to our Disney discussion, Kristen. Let's talk about our top 5 places to spend the night inside of Walt Disney World. Now, we're not talking resorts. We're not talking the Beach Club. We're not talking the Grand Floridian. We're not even talking the All-Star Resorts. We are talking inside the parks, inside attractions, inside stores, on one of the buses, on one of the trams in the parking lots. Other places that you can think of to spend the night inside the Walt Disney World Resort. And we're going to give you our top 5. Of course, number 5 being not the worst, but not the best either. We'll go from 5 to 1. Number 1, of course, being our top place to stay at, and then we'll have an honorable mention after that. So, Kristen, we will start with you, your number 5 place to stay inside of the Walt Disney World Resorts.
I am going to pick where they have the tigers over at, it's with the Maharaja Jungle Trek.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, Jungle Trek. Okay, gotcha.
Over at Disney's Animal Kingdom, because I love the tigers. So I want to just hang out there and watch the tigers and see what they do. And I want to hang out there.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with that.
I like that one. My number 5 is going to be the Carousel of Progress.
That could be fun.
That could be very.
It's going to be running all night long, so you're just going to hear.
I don't know if I want it running or not.
Beautiful tomorrow over and over again.
That's like listening to Small World over and over again. I can't do that. Just turn everything off. Turn everything off. Leave the lights on. And I just want to walk around the sets and, sit next to the guy or pet the dog for a while, or sit there in the bathroom with Uncle Orville, see if his air cooling really works, type thing. That just seems really neat to me. I don't know. Chat room, I'm interested in your top 5, so make sure you put it in the chat room, okay? So number 5 for me, Carousel of Progress. Kristen, you're number 4.
I'm going to go with the Haunted Mansion.
That's kind of high on the list.
I just think that would be. I've got some really good places on my list. However, the Haunted Mansion, again, Magic Kingdom is a dry county, so that's why the Haunted Mansion falls to where it does, because there is no alcohol that I can get my hands on. Which you got to be able to sit back and relax and chill with your friends and have some drinks. So, I'm going to put that there. But see, I have a very specific scene too. I want to camp out in the scene where, what do you call it? The Black Widow Bride, where Cat Cressida,
that
who
evil
voices
woman.
her.
I don't like her. Yes, that's an evil woman.
Oh my God. I love, that's my favorite part of the attraction.
I hate her.
Do you follow her on Instagram or Twitter?
No.
Oh my gosh, she's the woman who voices her is super cool. She does tons and tons of voiceover work. Cat Cressida, I think is how you pronounce her last name. I
got chills
love
right
her.
now. Oh.
I love her.
I cannot stand that part of the attraction. I hate it. I hate it because it reminds me of someone. Okay.
Okay, now see that no.
Yeah,
you have to
it just reminds
me in a different way.
It reminds me of somebody who tried to suck everything out of my life, and that's what she reminds me of. Yeah, it's just creepy, and it's no. Nicole knows I don't like her. I don't like her at all. Not going to work.
I will say the person who voices her,
I bet she's a nice lady.
The voice talent of that particular character, she's very cool. She's a lot of fun to follow. So if you look on Twitter, it's Cat with a K, Cat Cressida. She is absolutely awesome to follow. She sends me tweets of different things. And of course, I like tag her in tweets when I go through that because that's one of my favorite parts of the attraction. It's just so detailed. The theming in that room is just insane. All the different things, like you can read on the pictures, the particular, like whoever her husband was. And yeah,
it's was evil woman, evil, pure evil lives in that room. The only part of Disney that I don't like is that room. If they were to destroy that room, throw it in the trash, I would never be upset. I would be the happiest Disney fan in the world.
Okay, Kat, Jeff may not like you, but I love you.
No, see, that's not it. I don't like that woman. The person that voices it, she's fine. It's that woman that's standing there. She sucks the life out of you. You just don't know it. It's I'm telling you.
I need to learn how to do that voice because that's not the one I can do. You know, as you exit the person that tells you to hurry back, I can do that voice with the straight face. I don't want
you doing that voice. I don't want you being her. Oh, stop. Don't do it.
Hurry back.
Okay. Moving along to my number 4 on the list.
Hurry back.
Kristen, you're killing me. You're killing me. You're absolutely killing me.
We've been dying.
I can't. Oh my gosh! Stop.
See there now. See, years ago you wanted me to do that voice, and see, I did it. I have to have a straight face. I can't be smiling. You can't smile with that because you can hear that in your voice.
What's wrong with you? Why are you doing this?
Because I can.
You wouldn't do this with everybody else around. Just because I'm the only one here. This is the reason why. Okay. You sorry sucker. Okay. Look here. Trying to compose myself here. I'm trying to do a list for crying out loud.
Your number 4.
My number 4 is the Emporium over in the Magic Kingdom. I want the opportunity to spend the night in there to simply play with all the toys, make a bed out of all the plush Mickeys and Minnies and Goofies. And
you want to be 8 years old again.
I want to be 5 years old again. You know, I want to wear all of the hats that have, lights on them and everything else. I want to play with lightsabers. I want to try all the different candy that's in there. I mean, I want to try all the hats. I mean, just have the run of the place for the entire night at the Emporium. That's my number 4. On to your number 3.
My number 3. Let's see. I'm going to go with the Germany Pavilion.
The whole pavilion? The whole thing?
I'm going to go with the whole pavilion because if I have the whole pavilion, I can pretend that I am a German princess. Back in the days of Oktoberfest, what is her name? Teresa, I think, is who married King Ludwig. So then she becomes a queen. But any which way, I could be a princess for a day. And then I've got beer and pretzels and all of the other yummy things that I love from Deutschland. So that is what I'm going to go with. I mean, think how much fun it would be. You have the whole pavilion. You could go and have some Glühwein.
I like that.
Yep. A beer. You could have a Brezel und Bier.
I could be drunk all night, literally.
Fun.
Drunk off my butt.
And you could put on like suspenders because they have the little suspenders.
I can't see myself wearing those. No.
We could play with the little stuffed teddy bears that cost a fortune that are so expensive.
Yeah, they are expensive. There's no doubt about that. That's good. I like that one. That's a good one. That's a good number 3. I like that. Wow. My number 3 is, and this was tough to put in number 3, Pirates of the Caribbean over in the Magic Kingdom. Yeah. Get to ride the boat.
What part of the attraction would you want to be stuck in?
The whole thing. The whole kit and caboodle. Whole kit and caboodle. That means I get to ride the boat as long as I want to. I get to go up there and stand next to Captain Jack Sparrow. If I want to take a nap with the pigs in the mud, I've got the opportunity to do it.
Is that what you would do? Nap with the pigs?
Yeah. If I want to have the redhead to myself, I can. I'm going to say, hey, she's mine. You guys can't have her. I can do that, and they can't do anything about it. And if I want to sit in the chair next to Captain Jack Sparrow and sing the song and rock back and forth and look at all the treasure that's in there, I can do that. If I want to get inside the cell and whistle at the dog to try and get the key, I can do that. And I'll sleep well, too. So that's fine with me. I love it. Pirates of the Caribbean's my number 3.
So this is what you would want to do in the Emporium?
Pretty much. God, that was a while ago. Look at that.
I love this photo of you and I.
Oh, that's a great photo. That was a great photo. That was fantastic. I love that. Love that. What's your number 2?
I've been trying to find that. Let's see. My number 2 is going to be Tower of Terror.
Ooh, okay. What are you planning on doing in there? About... You want to stay in the actual hotel?
I'm going to make the cast members stay there all night so I can ride it as many times as I want.
You're going to throw up by like 5 a.m.
Like we're going to sleep in the lobby area. That area is just so cool. Like if I could afford anything, that is where I would have a dinner. I'd be like, we're having a dinner party in the lobby, like as you go to enter, and it's going to come outside the lobby in that little like waiting area, and where they have that fountain that never has water in it, that's going to have food there too. Like that would just be like my idea of fun.
That does sound good. Yeah. I like your thinking on that one. I like your thinking on that. That's pretty cool.
Fun. So much fun.
My number 2, being the fanboy that I am, would love the opportunity to spend the night. Number 2, Disney's Hollywood Studios Star Tours. Yeah.
Somehow I thought that's where you were going with that one.
To chill with C-3PO and R2-D2 right there would be just amazing. To get a closer up, real close look at all of the droids that are in there, all the little nooks and crannies and hidden little things that are inside the attraction would be absolutely awesome. And finally, I would probably have a good shot at visiting every single destination available on Star Tours by getting to ride it continuously all night long. I've still never gone to Hoth. I've never been to Hoth on Star Tours yet. Haven't hit it.
I really wish I had started keeping track like day 1 of every place I went, like the sequence of everything. Like, okay, yeah, we went to Hoth this, and then we went to like Coruscant, and yeah, we had Princess Leia, and like have marked off all of those things because I've been on that attraction more than 60 times. I mean, when they had like the soft opening where it technically wasn't opening and you didn't know quite when the official date was.
Sure, yeah.
Alton was working in Orlando. And so literally I would go on and off that ride because there was no wait. It was walk on, walk off. So I rode it over and over and over. And
lucky dog.
Before it actually launched, I probably rode it close to 20 times.
Good grief.
Before the new opening day. So I'm like, man, if I had kept track of all these things, it would have been so much cooler.
It would have been. Why
I didn't, I don't know. They've probably been on that more than 60 times now.
Yeah.
So I'm excited that they've added some new scenes to it and everything like that. Because after a while, you're kind of like, yep. Well, really? Do we have to go to Hoth again? And yay, I know how this ends. Like, hi, Boba Fett. Nice to see you again. You're going, you're going to try and blow us. No. We're going to send it back at you and blow you up. Like you get so tired of doing the same thing over and over again. And you know what? And all the times I've done that stupid attraction, I have never been the rebel spy.
I was just about to say, because Julia has got a very good point. every single time I would go on it, I would be the rebel spy. It would be my face up there. Every time.
I've never, like I said, I've been probably close to 60 times. Never, ever the rebel spy.
No, I've never been picked. Never been picked. Just one time I want to. Just once. I think it would be so cool. All right. Give me your number one spot to spend the night in Walt Disney World.
Cinderella's Castle.
Good one. I knew that was going to come up. Yeah. No, I knew eventually.
Somewhere hidden in that castle has got to be like a bottle of wine. And I'm going to find it when I'm staying there. And I'm going to enjoy that bottle of wine in Magic Kingdom.
And you get to stay in the suite as well. You've got that beautiful suite up there, which probably never gets used unless you're somebody really important.
And you can afford it.
You can afford it. But you've got that fantastic bed. You've got that wonderful bathroom.
Somebody like for wrestling, you go, I'm Disney legend. I want that room.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, that's a good location. And the view that you've got, from that room and everything else. And again, being able to explore the nooks and crannies of something like that. That's so cool. So cool. Yeah.
That would just be awesome.
Yeah, it would be. That's a good one to pick. I like that. You probably know what my number one is. I'm thinking you probably have a good idea because it is almost hands down my favorite attraction in all of Walt Disney World. It's tradition for me to get on this attraction the very first thing as I walk into this park. I don't go anywhere else. I don't do anything else. We're talking
about Epcot.
Nothing else is done in this park until I do this attraction. Then I can do the other stuff.
Where are you going to hang out in this attraction?
There's a certain area of the attraction that is burning. And I love the smell of that area that is burning. But then there's another portion where it's an old 1930s, 1940s radio station type of booth and everything. Yeah. If you don't know what I'm talking about by now, it is Spaceship Earth over in Epcot. That is my number one spot. That is my hands down favorite track.